Jeff, we'll let you carry on. And this is one of the greatest series in the world. And we covered Stock Car Brazil earlier this week. We covered Supercopa in Mexico. We covered BTCC in England. We covered Supercar in Australia. And now we're going to be covering Turismo Carretera in Argentina. So you're on for a special treat, Jeff.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it, gentlemen. Thank you very much for being a part of our international conference. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot of folks tuning in to hear what you have to share with us. Those cars were awesome. And the racing, oh my gosh, those guys right there, I mean, they remind me of Saturday night at Bowman Gray with the modifieds. I mean, they're all over the place and getting crazy. That's fun. That looks fun. So when did Turismo Carretera first start as a racing, category or association?
Let me pass it to Facundo Gil Vicela, the General Secretary, to answer your question.
Okay.
Turismo Carretera se inició en el año 1937, hace 85 años, más precisamente el 5 del 8 del 37. Bueno, una larga historia, está reconocida por el libro Guinness de los récords. Y bueno, de ahora en más tenemos una historia importante para contar, así que Rubén, adelante con la traducción.
As a matter of fact, Turismo Carretera was established and raced its first race back in 1936, 5 of August 1936. So we have been around 85 years. That made us obtain the World Guinness record of the oldest sports car category racing in the world, 86 years.
Bueno, la historia cuenta que se han corrido grandes premios nacionales e internacionales, como la Buenos Aires-Caracas y las dos Oceanas. Pilotos que han participado en el turismo de carretera y luego en la Fórmula 1, desde Fangio, Froilán González, Carlos Reutemann, también hasta la actualidad, pilotos que han corrido en turismo de carretera, y bueno, ahora nuevamente que en la actualidad contemporáneos, como el caso de Gastón Mazacane, Norberto Fontana o Esteban Tuero, que también estuvieron en la Fórmula 1 presente y hoy están compitiendo en turismo de carretera, por lo menos en el caso lo hace Gastón Mazacane, que es el vicepresidente primero de esta asociación, y Norberto Fontana.
In the beginnings of the Turismo Carretera, very important international people took part in driving for Turismo Carretera, like Juan Manuel Fangio, five times champion of the world, Froilán González, the man who drove a Ferrari for a first time victory in Silverstone back in 1951. And then we have Carlos Reutemann, who was under champion of the world, Formula 1. And we have so many others, Formula 1 drivers that before or after their international season, they raced with Turismo Carretera. Actually, Gastón Mazacane, who is first vice president of the association of ACTC, is now, he has driven for Formula 1 cars, and also he's now participating in races of Turismo Carretera.
También han participado muchos pilotos argentinos en otras categorías internacionales, bueno, teniendo grandes actuaciones en carreras legendarias como las 24 horas de Daytona, las 24 horas de Le Mans, las 84 horas de Nürburgring, y bueno, y carreras legendarias o carreras en todo el mundo que se han dado donde pilotos argentinos que han salido del turismo de carretera han estado participando. En la actualidad, hasta la actualidad han participado más de 3.500 pilotos en el turismo de carretera, un número considerable en sus 85 años.
We have had many other Formula One or international pilots racing in races like the 24 hours du Le Mans or 24 hours Daytona 24 hours, and Sebring and many other Argentine drivers have been driving in these famous races, and we have had good classifications in representing our country. So we have quite an ancestry in this matter of motor racing.
Y para finalizar un poco con la historia y terminar de completar, hasta el año 69 corrieron las famosas cupecitas, que fueron históricas en todo el turismo de carretera, desde la primera carrera del 37, y a partir del año 60 ya comparten y compiten junto a los autos compactos hasta el año 69. De ahí en más, a partir de 1970, se corre con los autos compactos, que bueno, los vemos en la actualidad, que son otros autos fabricados de distinta manera. Bueno, ahora vamos a empezar también a hablar un poco de lo que es la base técnica, ¿no? de este auto de turismo carretera.
During many years, when Turismo Carretera started, we used to use our competition cars were two-door sedans, Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge, and then after this first probably 20 years, we started using what we call sports prototypes that were a special class of cars, and then we ended up Turismo Carretera right now is using compact cars like Dodge, Ford, and Chevrolet and cars, and we also have Toyota driving lately. So this is very important for us. We have had an evolution, a very important technical evolution in our category. Adelante, Facu.
Sí, con respecto a los autos modernos con los cuales estamos compitiendo en la actualidad, son autos de construcción con chasis tubulares, proveedores de la República Argentina que se encargan de construirlos para la categoría, con elementos mecánicos de alta performance fabricados por nuestros proveedores argentinos, pero también algunos otros importados de alta performance. Y los motores que utilizamos en este momento son motores 24 válvulas de 480 caballos y 3.3 litros, caja de 6 velocidades, 6 marchas y 1.300 kilogramos en orden de marcha. Con 2 carburadores son los motores. Ese es un desarrollo nuevo que hizo la categoría en estos motores.
The technical specifications of the engines are being used in Turismo Carretera, Chevrolet engines, Ford engines, and Dodge engines, and also Toyota is taking part in Turismo Carretera. We are talking about 6-cylinder engines with 24 valves, overhead cams. DOHC is the technical nomination for this matters. The engines have around 470 horsepower, and the cars are weighing something like 1,300 kilos. Double barrel carburetors, and that really gives a real very good performance for our cars. Adelante.
Sí, con respecto a los elementos que se utilizan en turismo de carretera, la Asociación de Corredores de Turismo de Carretera y las categorías que nosotros fiscalizamos, que son 5, bueno, le hemos dado un gran impulso a toda la industria autopartista de competición en la Argentina. Es muy grande, es muy importante, y también a la vez somos generadores en forma directa e indirecta de empleos, ¿no? Para lo que es la parte del trabajo.
We have promoted the technical evolution of the cars, and also we are always pushing and helping the mechanical industry around the Turismo Carretera races, and this makes us very proud of the evolution we are having, and that we are promoting. Adelante, Facundo.
Y con respecto a lo que es propiamente dicho turismo de carretera en su historia, ha corrido mucho tiempo en las rutas de la República Argentina, algunas también internacionales, abriendo rutas en la época, corriendo en caminos de tierra, y hoy, en la actualidad, inaugurando autódromos, impulsando la construcción de nuevas pistas. Nosotros estamos hoy en día corriendo en 10 autódromos, en 10 provincias de la República Argentina, con los cuales autódromos que también se han construido gracias al impulso que le ha dado el turismo de carretera, porque el turismo de carretera provoca una gran convocatoria de público, de 50.000 personas promedio en cada competencia.
We have had a technical evolution, a very important technical evolution in our last periods, and also we are using something like racetracks in 10 different provinces of the country, so our national wide category, and really it's very important. The crowds we are having attending, the mobs we are having attending each race, we consider we have an average of 50,000 spectators in each race. That really gives us a support, a very important support to continue in this way. Adelante, Facundo.
Sí, creo que también algunas otras preguntas que pueda tener aquí Jeff para nosotros, seguramente también se las responderemos con gusto, como para poder informar a toda la comunidad internacional de automovilismo de todas nuestras actividades.
Do you have any other questions so we can keep on telling the immense audience you have, Francisc, that it would be...
Let me step in 1 second. So, because we're supposed to have Gaston Mazacan with us, who speaks English, and but Jeff, I wanted to share with you, a little bit, because I had the chance to attend many of those races in the past, in Buenos Aires, up in the north, and the passion for racing in Argentina is unbelievable. It is when they said they have 50,000 people per races, it's probably the minimum. It is packed, and I even had the chance when I was there once. They take people around the track in the cars. They have guests. They take you on the car, and I was one of those that was invited to be on the ride. And it's the atmosphere there, the passion they have for racing, the industry that's behind it is unbelievable. And so I just wanted to step in to share that with you, Jeff. So you
Okay.
and everybody out there listening to us, it's a tremendous organization that does a tremendous job with brilliant cars and great people behind it.
As I was saying when I came on, I was very impressed with the aggressive racing and the side-by-side racing that they're doing there. Cars looked awesome, and in the background, as far as the crowds, were so impressive. It kind of like said, whoa. I mean, it's one of those, I don't know, it's breathtaking, I guess is the way I'm trying to say it. And that's the way I'm hearing it from you, Francis, is that it's breathtaking. It really is. And I compliment them on starting the Carretera, and at the same time, but growing it. I mean, continue to grow it like they are. I mean, that's very impressive.
And also to have run a series for so long. It is the oldest racing series running in the world. 75 years, right, Ruben? How many years is
No, it's 85.
80. Oh, my apologies. 85 years. And so I think, can you tell us a little bit about the engines? If at one point there were the 6 cylinders. Are you still on the 6 cylinders?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what he just told me a minute ago, Francis, about, he gave us a overview of the 24 valve overhead, cam engines and everything like that they have in these cars, and using the Chevrolets, the Fords, and Toyotas that they're running currently. So he's got us up there. I just, you talk about the racetracks. What is their biggest racetrack and what is their smallest racetrack?
¿Cuál es, Facundo, nos preguntan los colegas de Estados Unidos, cuál es la pista más importante, más grande que tenemos y cuál es la más pequeña?
Bueno, nosotros tenemos varios autódromos en la República Argentina, algunos de última generación, la mayoría con reglamentaciones FIA, pero tenemos 3 o 4 autódromos, que llámese el autódromo Termas de Río Hondo, autódromo Villicún de San Juan, el autódromo de La Pampa y el autódromo de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires, 4 autódromos muy grandes, como también el autódromo de la Ciudad de La Plata. Esos 5 autódromos conforman los más importantes dentro de la República Argentina, no solo para el turismo carretera, sino también para el automovilismo en general.
We have many racetracks. Probably we have helped develop at least 10 racetracks in the whole country. And let me point out 3 or 4. The racetrack, Buenos Aires racetrack, then La Pampa racetrack. La Pampa is the one we show with the beginning of our participation at La Pampa. That was the race you were watching just a few minutes ago. And then we also have in Termas de Río Hondo, is a very nice track. It's very wide. We are having the motorcycle Grand Prix championships. There is one date for Argentina. It's being developed. It's being organized by this Termas de Río Hondo. Is in the province of Santiago del Estero, in the state of Santiago del Estero. We also have La Pampa, and then we have San Juan, the province of San Juan. We have real big and international level racetracks with the counting with the being approved by FIA. This is very important.
Okay. What about the length of the races? Do you run a time race, like you run for 60 minutes or whatever, or do you have laps? How do you do that?
Facundo, contanos un poquito, nos demanda el colega de Estados Unidos, ¿qué tipo de carrera llevamos a cabo?
Bueno, nosotros, sí, las actividades,
¿cuántos minutos, cuántas vueltas?
Sí, la actividad que nosotros proponemos en cada competencia de turismo de carretera comienza el día sábado con entrenamientos y clasificaciones, y el domingo con 3 series clasificatorias y una final que son entre 25 y 30 vueltas de acuerdo a la longitud del circuito. Esas son las carreras normales. Carreras especiales, tenemos carreras de mayor cantidad de vueltas, con parada en boxes para recambio de neumáticos y recarga de combustible. Y también hemos tenido en 2 oportunidades, y creo que la volveremos a hacer nuevamente, una carrera de larga duración de 1000 kilómetros, los famosos 1000 kilómetros de Buenos Aires. Nosotros tenemos un promedio de 50 autos por carrera que participan en las competencias de turismo de carretera.
Let's start from behind. That'll be easier for me. In general terms, we have at least, or in general terms, we have 50 cars driving the final series. Our show starts Saturdays with qualifying trials. Then and on Sunday we have 3 series in where the best qualified cars took part, and depending on their result on each series, they form a final grid in the final race that usually takes in between 25 and 30 laps. Then that's our regular system of race system. Sometimes we have lately we've been organizing also special races, like for instance obligatory pit
Ruben, can I
stop.
interrupt 1 second? So,
Yes.
so Jeff, what they do is kind of like what F1 does these days is they have qualifying, then sprint races, usually 2 of them, and then the final, which is the race of the day. So that's typical, the format, and that's why also it's so competitive, because if you have one little things going wrong during a sprint, then you start at the back, and then you have to pass everybody again. So that's what also makes the show so good.
And how long does your season run? And in that season, how many races do you run?
¿Cuántas carreras tenemos? ¿Cuánto dura nuestro calendario y cuántas carreras hay, Facundo, en nuestras temporadas?
Nosotros corremos a partir en Turismo Carretera a partir del mes de febrero hasta el mes de diciembre, donde se realizan 15 competencias a lo largo del año en distintos autónomos del país, en 10 provincias, donde tenemos incluidas 4 carreras especiales que tienen que ver con cambio de neumáticos y recarga de combustible o de mayor extensión, como el caso de los 1000 kilómetros que había mencionado anteriormente.
Our calendars go from February to December. We usually have 15 races during the whole year, the whole calendar. 10 of those 15 races, we have 10 normal, regular races, as I explained a few minutes ago, and then we have 3 or 4 special races, for instance, with obligatory pit stops, changing tires or refueling, or things or technical matters of this type, so as to give to add some difficulties to the race, so that you have not only the drivers fighting in the race, in the stripe, but also the teams working hard at their boxes. And we really consider that in this way we are improving the category and improving the auto racing industry.
And talking about the industry, if I can step in 1 second, Ruben, I think it's also important for people to realize that there's a lot of parts used in those cars that come from around the world. Sometimes you see some PFC brakes, some all-in suspension, some IBAC springs, some Stand 21 safety equipment. So it is not only a very popular series, but also has other series along them, and they are very active, very dynamic. And that's a really, really good series for the industry. And that's, one of the reasons I went there so many times, because it was fascinating to see how much activities and how much business there was generated there. Thank you very much, Ruben, and thank you, Jill. And sorry, we missed.
Francis, I want to say one thing. Just remember, we got one of our sponsors that can help to get that stuff transported around the globe. Remember?
Yes, you are absolutely right. One of our sponsors, Performance Plus Global Logistics, ships anything from race car to products or anything around the world, and so please feel free to take advantage of them if you need them. And so thank you. It was important, to unfortunately Gaston was not with us. We wanted him to be on with his English. That would have been a little bit helpful, but I hope each and every one of you out there were able to, have a better understanding of what this organization is about. And again, the oldest racing series in the world. And so it's very impressive what they do. And we wish you the absolute very, very best. So, and I hope to come back there anytime soon. So I hope to come to your races again. And thank you to our dear friend, Gabriele Casella from Science, who coordinated everything and put us in touch. So thank you, Jill. Thank you, Ruben. And Jeff, you had a very busy day today. So
I did. But I want to say one thing to these gentlemen right here, that, you jumping in there and the way we did it, it was very helpful and informative. And this dumb country boy from North Carolina understood it. And yes, I think any race fan can understand what you have been saying, what they showed on their video, and what they've explained. I mean, they're very organized. They understand, what we're wanting to hear, so we can be better prepared for what maybe opportunities may exist down in Argentina. So no, I think it was a great great
right.
I won't call it a demonstration, but a great conversation. I know I kept sitting there bobbing my head, but our translator did an excellent job. And again, everybody involved, it was a
Registering on ePartrade is easy. To start, click on the Join for Free button on the homepage. First, search your company to see if it's already in our database. If you see your company on the list, click on it to select it. Then, choose Claim Company if you are one of the decision makers, an owner, marketing person, or main company contact. Or choose Join Company if you are an employee, and press Continue. If you couldn't find your company in our database, select Register a New Company. On the following page, fill out your name, email, phone number, job title, and choose a secure password. If you chose Register a New Company, you'll need to choose your business type. Select Supplier if you're looking to display products or services and connect with buyers. Choose Racing Business if you're looking to source new parts and connect with suppliers. Choose Race Team if you own or are a member of a professional race team. Then, enter your company name. Please provide a website, Facebook page, or LinkedIn if you have one, and choose to either claim or join the company. You can view and agree to our terms of use here. If you'd like to receive our weekly newsletter, choose Accept. Finally, click Register Now and your registration will be submitted for approval. An email will be sent to your inbox. Please confirm your email address and you will be approved shortly. Welcome to ePartrade.